Hello everybody, here's Nick with new kit in town, Easttop T008LS. Beautiful harmonica in the key of A, that's what I got. And I can easily say this is one of the best out-of-the-box harmonicas I ever tried. It lets you play all the bands so easily, which is like a first biggest benefit, and plus is pretty loud. And one more thing, this is after what Andrew Zayat said, the very well respected Canadian customizer. That harmonica lets you do those bends also with really quiet, really delicate. So it's got pretty good dynamic range. You can play loud and you can play really soft. Okay, let's check those bends. From the bottom, the draw bends. Let's make it quiet. Okay. Okay, on the first, maybe for myself will need some little adjustment to be able to play that draw bend quiet, but it's still fine. Okay, now the blow bends, right? So hole number 8. Okay, I was able to make all those two bends on hole number 10, which is really good thing about that harmonica. This is, like I said, key of A, so it's almost in the middle. Now that harmonica, besides just regular things you can find in any Richter harmonica, has one more thing, has valves. It's half valve harmonica. That means that you cannot do any overblow and overdraws, okay? But instead, you can make a single reed or valve bend, single reed bend or valve bend on the notes you normally cannot draw down, bend down in Richter system harmonica, okay? So let's start with the blow notes from the bottom. Okay, first 6 holes, you can blow all the lower notes in the hole, which are blow notes actually. So we have the A major arpeggio over here. So it's A, C sharp, and E. All those notes from hole 1 till hole 6 you can bend down because of the valves. From hole 7, the lower note is actually draw note. So you can you can draw down on the you can bend down on the draw notes. Okay? So hole number 7. You got G sharp on the key of A, and you can bend it down to G. So all those bends are possible, which is great thing because it's really what is special about this harmonica. I tried Suzuki ProMaster valve a long time, and most of the bends were there was not possible for me to really use those bends, right? Why? Because there was not a proper setup of the harmonica. Here, I can see that there's Brendan Powers' touch in designing this one, because the valves are very good and they let you to bend all those notes. Especially difficult notes are on the bottom and on the top of the scale. So I tried with another harmonicas. I was putting the valves by myself, but I couldn't really bend first two blow holes and the highest draw. That was like impossible. I tried many things and I just couldn't do this. On this one, no problem. And the same with the draw 10 hole. So this is really great harmonica out of the box because it lets you learn all those bends and decide if it's really good for you. If you're not going to use those the single red bends, that's not a problem because and you not using overblows, it's still good harmonica for you because very simple reason. Those valves let you add some shades, some articulation things to the notes which were like impossible to do with regular diatonic harmonica, yeah? You can add a little vibrato. That was number 6, right? So the tonic in cross harp, there was note of E. You can easily make something like a actually pretty good vibrato. You will do this similar like on the chromatic harmonica probably, but I think it's possible to make it sound the same good like normally people are doing on the whole number 4 draw or number 2 draw, which is like the most common used vibrato, I would say. So you can do this. You can do this like similar like with regular bending notes that start little lower and go up to the correct pitch, right, of the note. Like on the number 4 is pretty common. So I will do on number 5 blow. So all those really additional things which are impossible to use on the regular diatonic are possible because of the valves. Okay. Now I will play some. I've got the backing track with jazzy blues, and I will play some impro using those features that harmonica has got, and also I will play few jazz themes in the blues, which are really common, and blues harmonica players are like to include those jazz blues themes, those heads, and one of the most common is Blue Monk by Thelonious Monk, which you can play really correct each note over here, not use some alternate note or something, and you don't need to use overblows. So that will be in one of the choruses I will play Blue Monk, and also one of the choruses is slow blues, but I will still play Tenor Madness because this is good example with the note you want to use, and normally in that middle octave you don't have it. Okay, so let's check how it plays with the backing track. Right, so you could hear at the end I was using that half valve bend on the valve bend on note number 6, which was E. So I was approaching with that very common line of the endings. I was approaching, bending it first, half step down. That's the one, the 6. So you can use those half bends in many lines, musical lines, very useful for playing. Another ending, which is really common also. Right? So it's full chromatic in this area. Another thing I forgot to mention before, one of the first things when you start to playing blues on the blues harmonica is blues scale, right? Normally you can easily play with some bends on that part of harmonica, but it's difficult to go higher because of the third, right? We have major third, but now with the valves we can play that blues scale all the way up. So it's as you can see, it's easy to extend your blues improvisations or blues playing higher than the whole number 6, right? Helps a lot in this. Okay, that's about that playing. Now we'll go to my desk where I show you what is under the covers of that harmonica. Why I think the Easttop factory made a great job, and that's why that harmonica performs so good. Alright, we are ready to demonstrate what's inside. So let's move the camera to the table. I already, of course, remove all the screws so we can clearly see what's going on. The comb first. Okay, you can see through, so it gives you a lot of light. Very cool looking, but most important, because it gives a lot of light inside the holes, you can actually see, without disassembling whole harmonica, how it's going with the valves. So you can really check and see if you need to make some maintenance with the valves or they are fine. This is really nice feature. The other thing about the comb, it's pretty much solid body comb. This is for me very important thing, that this is like whole surface pretty much. On this side is really full surface of that comb. On this one it's got few things where the material is removed. Over here, here a little bit, and over here. But that's not much. But because it's such a big surface of the comb, it supports the reed plates really well. Let's compare this. This is Lee Oscar. Yeah, I will just a second. It's not so easy. Okay, you can see this is only like the little pieces of plastic when you put your reed plates over here. So they are really tiny. So the surface which will actually make a seal with the reed plates are much bigger, and supports the reed plates much better, so you can screw the when you're putting them together, you can screw the reed plates much tighter. So it's really good thing for the airtightness of the harmonica, and this harmonica is really nice and airtight straight from the box, straight from the factory. So this is about the comp. Now, reed plates. First thing you can see, similar like for example Suzuki is making. So this is not a bare brass. I've got some regular brass reed plates. Okay, this is actually also Lee Oscar. So this is bare brass. Over here the reed plates are probably chromed or something like this on the surface. So that lets you that feature lets you keep those reed plates much cleaner. You can easily put them into the vinegar, for example, and it will clean those reed plates really nicely, and you won't see such a thing. Like over here you can see it's green actually. So this is really brass already. And now the slots, I was able to look through the magnifying glasses I showed you in previous movies, and the slots are really nicely cutted, very clean, sharp, nice cut, no burrs, no, you know, really clean. This is very good thing, because it gives you actually better sound quality, and lets the company to make the tight tolerances between the dimensions of the reed and dimensions of the slot. That's why the bends are so easy on the harmonica. Okay, now the last thing, but very important, the valves. I like those valves very much. They are typical two parts valves, yeah, with top layer over here acting as a spring, and the bottom one which actually seals the slot. So they are really nice quality. I do own quite few. I really cannot count Hohner chromatic harmonicas. I think I have like 9 or something. I have 2 Suzuki chromatic harmonicas. I have Suzuki valve, and I would say those valves over here in Easttop, I think they are the best quality I've seen. So this is very good thing. I already played 2 gigs and like 3 rehearsals, and those valves are behaving really perfect. No any strange things, and I like them very much. And of course, those valves are cutted specially to be in this harmonica. On the chromatic harmonica, the valves are covering fully the slot. Over here, I'm not sure if probably you could see that you could see that those valves are not covering the full slot. That valve is really easy to see, but some fraction of the millimeter, the ending fraction of the millimeter before the end of the slot. So this is actually important for half valve diatonic, because if it wouldn't be this way, you would really choke those reeds. They will stop playing. Yeah? You may open them a little bit more, but it will not really be good, because then the regular bends would be difficult. So this is the thing. I think I guess Brendan Powers showed them in the Easttop Harmonica factory how to make those valves and glue them, attach them properly so that harmonica will work, and it does work really well. Okay, this is about the reed plates, and if we are with the reed plates and the comp, now one of the most important things for me, you've got solid body comp, and this together with 9 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 screws on the front on the harmonica and 5 at the back. So because you've got 9 screws and a solid body comp, this harmonica is very airtight, straight from the factory. You probably can do a little bit even better, but it's already out of the box. It's really airtight, so that's why all those bends are so easy to make. 9 holes, 9 screws for the reed plates. The only other harmonica I can think has got the 9 screws is old Hohner Meisterklasse. The old one before the MS series. They don't produce this anymore. I don't know why, because everybody keep telling me like it was such a great harmonica. It's no longer in production, and Meisterklasse from the like 80s or 90s they stopped. Was really great harmonica, and the only one I can think with 9 screws also, like the Easttop. Okay, any other top models they have 7 to 8 usually. 8 is most common, but those 9 screws I think is very nice, especially because you've got 4 on the front. That makes a difference. And the last part of the harmonica, the covers. They are really pretty. Those covers are the style of marine band with that rounded raised back. They are not really open, if you can think about this. Look at this. But I did open in 008K. It doesn't make any difference. That harmonica is loud anyway and cannot be really louder. So I decided there's no point for me to do this. And it's really loud, even if it's not really that open like most of the many modern harmonicas. It doesn't matter. That white paint, I don't feel like I need to remove. Some people they say that if you remove the paint, then it's more slippery and it's easier. For me, moves in my lips well enough. I don't have a problem with this. So and looks really nice, that harmonica. So overall, this is great instrument. I would say that I wouldn't mind to have set of that model as my main gigging set. I think it's really well made, and actually it does the job, especially with the valves, so well that I really enjoy to play the harmonica. And I can recommend to anybody who doesn't use overblows or overdraws, that harmonica, it would be good for anybody. It might be beginner, it might be pro, doesn't matter. Okay, thank you very much for watching. All the best to you, and till we see you next time. Thank you, bye bye.